어떡하냐?
일로 들어와.
승리했을 때 영웅이 나타나.
Out because you don't want Mark Price to get off to a great start. He loves to get going in the first quarter, so rather than put Pax out there, him not be ready, let Price get off and then try to cool him down, you'd like to try to control him early. Let's see how that works.
They're ready to go. The Chicago Bulls, the two-time world champions, hoping for a three-peat. The Cleveland Cavaliers, with 57 wins last year, have made a couple of key acquisitions they hope will help them, specifically Gerald Wilkins. Officials you saw, Jake O'Donnell, Jim Capers, and Eddie F. Rush. Michael Jordan, who was such a star for the Dream Team, ready to get his team on the floor as we begin this 92-93 season. There are some changes to watch for this year. First of all, a new 24-second reset rule. The ball previously could hit the rim or the backboard. Now it must hit the rim to reset the clock.
I like that rule. It doesn't penalize the defense for a shot. You just try to get up to beat the clock. And they're going to try to clean up the post play. In the preseason, there were 14 more fouls called per game, more free throws. If that's the case, the big men and the bench could come into play tonight if you're going to have foul difficulties. So we'll have to watch to see how that goes. Although Cleveland's not a team that is known really to be a real aggressive physical team in the post.
Horace Grant, the man who kills Cleveland with the offensive boards.
You know, Bob, I think another interesting thing, this is probably the least Michael Jordan has played going into a regular season. In terms of he missed a lot of games, he had training camp time off and everything. Let's see what kind of shape he is in. This will be the biggest challenge he's had in this preseason.
Larry Nance wins the opening tip. Mark Price, Doherty, Elo, Nance, and Mike Sanders starting for the Cavaliers. A couple of subtle changes in the offense. Give and go. Price to Doherty, misses the lay-in. Loose ball. Doherty. Nice pass inside to Sanders.
Well, Mike Sanders is one of those guys where he just does all the little things on the floor. He's got a critical matchup with Scottie Pippen, who I think has elevated himself as one of maybe the top 5 players in the game.
Bulls in that triangle offense. Pippen against Elo. Pass inside, and there's the push in the post as Horace Grant. You can ball down deep.
You can already see that 2 hands in the back is going to be a foul. You cannot put a knee up between the guy's legs and try to root him out of the post. You can't put 2 hands in the back. That's going to be called. Price really has great three-point range on his shot.
And the drive tried to go behind the back, foul by B.J. Armstrong.
Bob, in the preseason, Mark Price was 15 for 30 from three-point range. His leg is stronger this year. Last year, he did not shoot the three as well.
Like there. Price will curl it right in, left hand. No. Rebound, Grant.
That's 2 close shots that Cleveland has missed where Chicago has chased them off with a hand in the face.
Price was slow getting back to B.J. Armstrong, and he burned him with the jumper. Baseline screen, missing again, this time Cartwright.
You can see what Cleveland's doing here early. They're going right at Mark Price offensively against B.J.
Price fouls Michael Jordan on the drive. No matter how a lot of people in Cleveland try to downplay it, this is a very significant game for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
It's a team they're trying to pass in the division. They want to get off to a great start.
Elo tried with the lob, missed on Nance, gets the rebound from the baseline. Another defensive board for the Bulls. Pippen with the pull-up.
Bob, I want to go back to last year as a playoff. They need to get a good play here, getting a good open shot. Again, an open shot sometimes you get a little tight in a big game like this.
Mark Price missed, and that was a block by Nance. He led all the forwards in blocks. Price. Tip in, Doherty can't get it down. Bulls back, Armstrong. Pippen. Blocked by Nance, that's 2 already. Almost got that one. Offensive boards, Grant and Pippen in deep.
Can you see how much energy has already been expended already? This is going to be a timeout. Where you see him, Scotty gets inside, he gets that long stride, he's going to dunk the ball, and Larry Nance with a left hand gets a piece of it. Here's the other one. Now, here's what happens though when you go after block shots. You're going to see Nance here. He gets a little piece of this, but what happens now? Horace Grant gets it. Here comes Larry Nance, and no one now to block Scottie Pippen off the board. Mark Price has got to get down there sooner. That's why offensive rebounds hurt Cleveland so badly, is because when you go for a block shot, someone must rotate back and get that guy out of the lane.
Jordan with a midcourt post-up over Sanders. Tough turnarounder from Michael Jordan.
Well, you got to make Michael take that kind of shot. Actually, Mike Sanders does a pretty good job against Michael Jordan because he has strength and he's about the same size.
Look at that lob to Nance. Great body control. He's lead 4 Bulls.
See, Brad Doherty's an excellent passer from the high post. Many times they'll bring him out and they'll run their offense through him.
Cartwright posting Doherty now.
Like I said, little jump puts in the lane.
Elo with the steal. We've got a 4-on-2. Behind the back to Doherty on the trail, missed it. And B.J. Armstrong, the only Bull down there, gets the rebound. Nance punches it away, but Jordan chases it down. What a pass.
Well, that's the speed and quickness of Chicago. See, Michael Jordan gets his speed and quickness. Now, see, Craig Elo, the last fast break, that was a 4-on-2 break. He tried to throw a behind-the-back pass.
From long range, Nance buries it.
Well, Larry Nance looks good. I talked to the Cleveland coaches before. See, with all this energy that's been expended and all,
Elo buries the 3.
it's a one-point game. It's 10-9. You'd think Chicago was up about 8 or 10 because Cleveland's had a lot of great shots. They just need to stay into what they're doing.
Cleveland was 1 for 9 at one point, and now it's 10-9 Chicago. Make it 12-9 Bulls. 6:55 to go, first quarter.
He can also post. He's become a complete basketball player.
Nance beats Horace Grant off the dribble. Nothing there.
There's Horace Grant on the offensive boards. See, Mike Sanders got switched off. You got to watch Horace Grant.
The board also back up Doherty some at the center position in this game.
Well, they really buy minutes with Mike Sanders down there at the small forward.
Good play there by Sanders.
And sometimes you fall asleep when you're playing him. You know, you're so worried about helping out. Pretty soon he's got the ball in a position, then you can't do anything about it.
Elo overplays Michael Jordan, and guess what? Jordan misses the layup, but there's another offensive rebound for the Bulls. 16-13. Elo almost lost it to Armstrong.
Craig Elo's got to make the simple play again. Behind the back dribble there, BJ almost picked him.
Maybe he's feeling pressure from Wilkins on the bench. Nance. Look at the bounce.
Yeah, Larry Nance looks really good. Mark Price made that play. Cleveland probably runs screen roll.
Armstrong off the screen, just lost. Mark Price had the open court to drive. Doherty gets the loose ball out to Price. 3-on-2. Nance. Missed the dunk. Pippen fouled him. There's a timeout on the floor. When we come back, Nance will have a chance to give the Cavaliers their first lead of this ball game.
And BJ, when he takes it to the basket, either Scotty or Michael or both are going to have to get back because Cleveland will try to run out against you.
An opportunity here to give the Cavaliers their first lead of this ball game. Cleveland goes up by 1, 17-16. 7 seconds to shoot for the Bulls. Doherty steps out, leaving the way open for Pippen to get inside. Rebound Doherty.
See, Mark Price needs to hit a shot here.
Elo into Nance against Grant.
Mark Price has got about 4 easy shots that he's missed.
Doherty's over 4 also.
A lot of screen and roll here to start this ball game. Larry Nance screen roll that time with Doherty.
And that's Doherty's first field goal of the night. 19-16, Cavs by 3. 6-0 Cavaliers run. Cartwright bucks down Doherty and scores easily.
I think Jake O'Donnell's looking at Brad Doherty and say, Brad, that little contact is not going to get you a foul. It's what happens when the Cavs offense breaks down. They really don't have guys other than Mark Price that will create shots.
That was a major breakdown. They were just standing there waiting for the shot clock to tick down. Now they got the switch again. Jordan stepped on the line. That's a 2.
Michael Jordan.
Sanders with 17. Mike Sanders.
About 8 points for Sanders here in the first quarter.
Won't be long before we'll get our first opportunity to see Gerald Wilkins as a Cleveland Cavalier who came from the New York Knicks.
Bulls timeout.
Bulls timeout. Gerald Wilkins entering the game for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Also Hot Rod Williams in. Gerald Wilkins, who came here with a reduction in salary from the New York Knicks, and he's here for one main purpose, and that's to play this man, Michael Jordan.
Well, Michael's going to go right to it. Nice defense by Gerald Wilkins, but you see the versatility now. What we talked about, Elo is now playing against Pippen.
Michael Jordan only 2 for 6. Price came up with a loose ball. It was blocked. 2 blocks for Chicago, 5 already for Cleveland. B.J. Armstrong burns him on that end.
Well, they've got some big players in there that can get an opportunity to get some second shots.
Cartwright backs in on the smaller Hot Rod Williams.
2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes remain first quarter.
Wilkins hits it. He stepped on the line. That's a 2. Wilkins has that shot. A lot of people forget about it when they think about his defense and his open court slashing style.
Well, sometimes he forgets about it too. He runs away from the shot and he makes a tougher one in the lane, like one of those jackknife shots. He's got to make that open shot.
Jordan tries the pass. Elo steals it from Mark Price behind the back. All the way. Elo blocked out of bounds by Horace Grant. Scott Williams enters the ball game for the Chicago Bulls, as does Terrell Brandon for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Now, when Gerald Wilkins was playing with the Knicks, when Rick Pitino was coaching, he used to launch a lot of threes. He's one step inside the three-point line there. But if you let him get his feet together and he measures it, he can make that shot. I think what Lenny Wilkins has said, I don't want you running away from that shot. I want you to take your time.
Gerald Wilkins, 29 years old, played at University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. I remember seeing him play against Georgia Tech when he was in college. He was a whirling dervish then, best player on the floor at that time. But he's 29 years old. This is his 8th year. I said Terrell Brandon's in the game, his 2nd year out of Oregon State.
Very pleased with Terrell Brandon is Lenny Wilkins. He feels like he's improved. He knows what he can do out on the floor now. Better control, knows when to take the shot, when to drive. He feels much more comfortable having him on the floor this year.
Hard pass inside to Grant. The jump hook falls over Nance. I said Oregon State. Of course, it's Oregon for Terrell Brandon.
Now we're going to find out what kind of improvement Cleveland has made. Last year, if there was a weakness, it's when they went to their bench. It's like they were putting their finger in it, trying to keep the water from busting through. Lenny Wilkins says he feels more comfortable now with his bench players. We'll see how they play. You got Brandon out there, you have Wilkins out there, and you have John Williams. So 3 guys off the bench right now for Cleveland.
Nance with 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 block shots. And Terrell Brandon on the floor for the Cavaliers, as Doug told you. Pippen Armstrong, Scott Williams, Rodney McCray, and Stacey King. Good hands of Nance, 9 to shoot. Pippen gets it to Scott Williams from the baseline.
You know, Scottie Pippen was standing out there before the game, and I said, Bob, check this out. He is as tall as Stacey King and Horace Grant and has longer arms. Scottie Pippen is no 6'7". I want to tell you that. He's more like 6'9".
And can sometimes play the point guard. Elo, this is the shot, almost had a long lob to Hot Rod Williams. And at the end of the first quarter, it's the Bulls 28-26.
The Cleveland Cavaliers 26.
It will be Cavaliers ball with 11:15 to go in the first half of play. The illegal defense.
So Rodney
misses from the corner.
Rodney McCray's going to get a lot of those shots this year. He's got to get in the gym and take a lot of those open shots because he's going to get a lot of them with the penetration of Pippen and Jordan.
Nice pass inside. Doherty. Not even this time. Big board from Ferry, blocked from behind. There's another offensive board from Williams. It's blocked. It belongs to Cleveland.
Can you believe how many easy shots that Cleveland has missed? I've counted at least 5 shots that they have missed around the basket. I don't know if they're just too pumped up or if they're taking their eye off the basket or if a little combination of both. Lenny Wilkins wants 2 things, rebound and make the open shot.
Terrell Brandon.
See, Lenny Wilkins really likes him. He thinks that this young man is going to be an excellent point guard. If they go into the post with Doherty, they're going to have to double team. Stacey King cannot handle Doherty down there alone.
Wilkins with that slashing move to the hoop he was so well known for.
Scottie Pippen goes under the screen. He cannot take the angle, and Rodney McRae a little slow getting over to give help, as is Scott Williams. One starter out there, Scottie Pippen. He's been the guy. Now you've got Paxson actually as a starter, but he didn't start tonight. But they've got one guy out there trying to hold together.
Barry with a steal. Brandon wisely drew the foul from Pippen, the second-year point guard playing like a veteran, and that's 2 on Scotty. Horace Grant on the bench with 2 fouls for Chicago.
Well, when you look at Chicago last year, when we've got a graphic we'll show you later on numbers in terms of field goals and free throws.
In the NBA for the 92-93 season, Ernie Johnson, Dick Versace in our studios at halftime. Paxson missing from the perimeter. Big rebound from Pippen. He went above Doherty and above Ferry to get that rebound. Rebound Bulls. Scotty Williams.
Cleveland got out of their game that time. Brandon went on 4.
Look at that move by Pippen.
Well, Scottie Pippen is right now holding Chicago together. Now you're going to see Michael Jordan probably going to come in the game, and Scottie Pippen will sit down. So,
yeah, I wondered what I was trying to say. Paxson spots up. He won't miss that very often, but does this time. Scott Williams, offensive rebound. 7 to shoot. There's Wilkins again, penetrating and laying it in. He's 3 out of 4.
Well, what they're doing on the screen with Gerald Wilkins are going underneath.
Timeout, Cleveland. 6:45 to go in the first half. Cavs have gone up by 1. You know, John Madden created coach speak for the NFL. Doug Collins and Hubie Brown have created coach speak for the NBA. And if you need a glossary to define these terms, Sports Illustrated, like I always thought the 7-footers always showed up big.
Well, you know, Bobby, it's interesting because when you talk about NBA basketball, there's a couple areas you talk about. You talk about low post play, doubling the post, getting the ball out of the guy's hands, and defending screen roll. Those are coaches' nightmares, and in order to win in this league, you have to be able to defend against those 2 things.
I like pick and fade. Brandon on the give and go.
That's Pippen's 3rd foul also, too. Scotty got beat on the cut, and he reached in and picked up his 3rd foul.
They bring in a substitute named Michael Jordan.
You know, Doherty's got the matchup here against
Williams. Good pass from Doherty.
Against Stacey King. He has not made shots.
Defended by Hot Rod Williams. 7 to shoot for Michael. Long range. Rebound Doherty, despite the block shots. Jordan open for the jumper. He's struggling 2 for 8 tonight.
It's taken him a little bit longer to get into shape as he's gotten a little bit older. I mean, he looks in great shape, but there's a difference between being in great shape and being in great playing shape.
Like you and I are in great shape. He's in great playing shape. Would you say that's a good point?
Well, that's stretching it to say you and I are in great.
When Michael Jordan scored his career high 69 points.
Well, I was looking at that. I wrote down his line in that game. I mean, it is frightening. Like 69 points, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a block shot.
You and I chatted with him back at the hotel after that ball game. It looked like he hadn't even broken a sweat.
Yeah, well, it was one of those nights, you know.
There was a piece in the paper the day before that game, by the way, about Craig Elo, who was all powered up to defend Michael. And Michael had made some comments about, yeah, Craig really plays me tough. It's really a challenge for me.
Well, that's, you know, Michael loves that because then Elo gave him an opportunity to come in here and show why he's Michael Jordan. He's one of those guys that looks for those challenges.
Elo's on Jordan right now. Wilkins on the bench for the Cavs. Jordan blows past Elo and goes to the left hand.
See, when in doubt, take it to the basket. That time it was a switch between Elo and Price. They got confused and no one was guarding Michael.
Cavs by 1. Good pass from Price to Williams, who takes it hard to the hoop. Fends off 3 Bulls. There's an offensive rebound.
That's what you got to do. You got to get to the board. Oh, boy, Scott Williams was wide open and did not look for the pass.
And Hot Rod Williams got a piece of that one. That's 2 block shots for Williams, but Scott Williams followed it up, and it's a 1-point Cavs lead. 3 on 2 strong. Takes it off the glass easily. Smart move. He dribbled 1 more step in to take the easy 8-footer, and the Bulls have regained the lead.
Team up to get him going offensively. Let's see if they can get him a shot.
Bad pass from Elo. They're going to have to get a better game out of Elo if they're going to win, too. He has struggled tonight. Grant from Jordan. Elo rebound.
You got to throw it into Doherty.
Against Williams, moves in on it easily. Missed it again, follows it himself, missed that one.
Well, Brad Doherty's what, 1 for 10 now?
1 for 11, because that was 2 shots right there.
Well, think about this, all right? You're Lenny Wilkins, And Price and Doherty are 1 for 17, and you're losing by a point.
Jordan Armstrong, Rodney McCray, Horace Grant. Said the Bulls were back to their starting lineup, not completely because McCray is out there. Jordan open for the jumper.
See, those offensive rebounds just kill you. You play good defense, you force a shot, you don't clean up the board. They won't double team with Cartwright. They feel like he can play him straight out.
He turned around. They're going to wave it off and call the offensive foul on Brad Doherty. You know, the official said they were going to clean up play in the post. That includes offensively.
They're not going to.
Can't believe it.
They're not going to allow the offensive man an advantage. Now, is he banging in to try to create offense? Well, you know.
Ugly second quarter. Bulls shooting 35%. Cavs only 33%. Michael Jordan.
Well, he's starting to get in some rhythm. He got into rhythm with that little layup. Craig Elo got a hand in his face. Nice shot by Michael, but it's a nice play to get Michael into the post.
Not a bad year for Michael. He said the only thing that didn't happen for him successfully last year is his golf handicap went up a little bit.
11 right now.
Hit his last 3, has 10 points. Nance with 7 to shoot. Good pass inside to Doherty. Cartwright lost him and had to foul him.
Foul is on Bill Cartwright.
Live with that.
I guess I could live with being an 8 handicap.
Bulls by 2. And again, the Cavs have been living at the free throw line. The difference is amazing, as you see on the screen.
They're 11 for 14 from the foul line. Chicago 1 for 2.
Elo fouls Jordan reaching over as Michael drives. That's 3 on Elo, if that's in fact who they call it on.
Offensive rebound, Horace Grant. Brad Doherty.
Mark Price on the drive. Tough shot, got bumped by BJ, did not get a call. Now Armstrong on the run out.
Oh, what a play.
Elo spots up, that's a 2. And once again, Cleveland cannot capitalize. Chicago ball. No, they're going to call a foul.
Would you tell me why on a 3-on-2 break like that, or 3-on-1, Elo shoots a 3-pointer? He's got numbers. He's got Doherty running the lane. Let's watch this whole thing through now. BJ's going to take it to Nance. Nance is going to block the shot. But as we keep going, if we can keep rolling forward to the fast break.
Brad Doherty picked up the foul, his second. Horace Grant, 9 rebounds already tonight.
Look for
7 points.
Look for Chicago full court pressure here.
For the Cavaliers tonight. Nance goes in, gets the left hand, it's a 1-2 point. Cartwright over Doherty. Rebound Nance.
See if Price looks for a 3, gets a quick 3 and goes 2 for 1 here.
35 seconds in the half. Price buries the jumper.
Good play, Bob. He gets him 2 for 1, gets him the last possession. It's a good play.
Price only 1 for 8. Horace Grant dishes to Michael. Nice move, leans in on Elo to Armstrong. Bulls by 2. A frenzy here to end what had earlier been an ugly second quarter. 15 seconds.
They need to take this out and hold it out. Use some more clock.
Price. Wasn't squared up for that shot. Elo throws it up. And Cavs at the buzzer. That's a 3. And the Cavs have the lead by 1 with 1.8 seconds remaining in the half.
They call a delay of game on Larry Nance. He reached over to try to prevent Bill Cartwright from throwing the ball, and what this does is stop the play so Bill Cartwright can play Grant Hill throwing to Christian Laettner here long and hitting a shot at the buzzer.
And Jordan hits it at the buzzer. That'll count, and the Bulls take the lead by 1. What a finish. What a frenzy here at Bridgefield Coliseum to end the first half. Wow.
Oh, indeed. Ask Mike and ye shall receive. Now, don't go away. We'll be back after the break with highlights, stats, and the whole second half. Lenny Wilkins moving men around. The ball comes into Michael. He turns, and it's 2 at the buzzer. Chicago went in at halftime with the 1-point lead. And Michael Jordan back for another season to play. You see the stats from the first half. 5 of them to Larry Nance, who had 12 points in the first quarter alone. Nance has come to play this season as well. So in the second half, Cleveland will want some points out of Mark Price. Chicago wants some off their bench. Back to Bob and Doug.
Wide open. Nobody in position.
Well, that was a set play, and Chicago ran it like I'm sure that Phil Jackson and Tex Winter drew it up on the chalkboard. I'll always like that shot myself.
Yeah, I thought so. Mark Price from 18. Nope. And Chicago. It's on Michael Jordan. That's his first.
So Brad Daugherty walk over to Mark Price. He goes, "That's okay, Mark. That was a good shot." You know, you need a couple of those to go. What Mark Price needs right now is a layup. You know, when you're a jump shooter and it's not going, you'd like to get an easy one. Unfortunately, you're playing against the Bulls, and they're not going to give you any easy ones.
There's the give and go to Daugherty. There's the double team on Daugherty. Nice pull-up and off the glass, and Brad Daugherty has his second field goal of the game. Mark Price fouls Cartwright.
Bill is so awkward shooting that shot. Mark Price reached in where he thought the ball was going to come up. Bill brings it up from his hip. As we see, John Paxson is going to be Michael, Scotty, after playing all summer, and Horace Grant. Those guys really play the bulk of the time. So those are the 3 guys that they worry about, I'm sure, more than anything, although Paxson...
Got it back. There's BJ for 3. Which he buries.
B.J. Armstrong.
Bulls by 5.
Chicago's starting to make their move right now. If they score here, look to see if Lenny Wilkins gets a timeout.
Jordan dishes to Grant. Blocked by Nance. That's 5 blocked shots. The foul is on B.J. Armstrong, and Larry Nance will go to the line. Geiji Wada on play-by-play, that's me, and Suji Yuk, the analyst, and here's what they sound like.
I didn't notice any difference.
今の状態がですね、一番両チーム苦しいところなんですね。
This is really significant, those numbers. 81 to 60% in the last 3 years.
Well, one of the things about Bill is Bill used to get to the free throw line so often. His numbers are way down there. He doesn't get there as often, but shooting 60%.
Price goes for 3. Buries it.
That's confidence right there. You're 1 for 11 on the game, and you pull up and knock down a 3.
8 to shoot for the Bulls. Michael left alone.
Little flat.
Tipped out. Michael goes for 3. That one had better arc, but he missed it to Elo. With a loose ball to Price. We have a 3-on-3. Sanders off the rhythm on the good pass from Price. It's tied at 60. Michael is 6 for 16. B.J. Armstrong, nice pass inside. Oh, it's blocked by Nance. That's 6 blocks, but the Bulls get the offensive board.
Horace Grant. That's 4 offensive rebounds for Horace Grant.
The triumvirate of success in the NBA. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Michael Jordan. Johnson gone, Bird gone. I asked Michael Jordan, who's going to step in there to join him to carry the mantle of celebrity stardom in the NBA?
Robinson, even though people may not want it to be Charles Barkley, other players of this stature who games had probably elevated them to their characteristics or to that certain level. They're going to have to carry that label as much as Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson did. And winning is always a part of it. You know, when you win, your team win, you know, you become a star in a sense. And I think that's all a part of being put on the star.
Nice Grant.
In this one, Bulls lead it by 4 with 6 to go in the third quarter, 7 on the shot clock. Jordan driving on Wilkins. In his face, but Wilkins commits the foul, running at him after the shot, and Jake O'Donnell with a call.
Well, Gerald Wilkins did a nice job playing Michael, and as Michael took the shot, I think Gerald Wilkins slapped him. Did a nice job of containing his drive. You see his nice body there. As he pulls back to take the shot, hits him on the wrist, just slightly, but you know if you're a shooter, that will knock your shot off. The fans do not like it here, but when you get hit on the wrist, it will knock your shot off. Michael's first free throw of the game.
And your guy just gets the ball back. It's a well-spent foul. Some scores here on the GMC Truck scoreboard. We'll keep you posted on those.
I think we ought to talk a little bit about Brad Daugherty's timing right now. Brad Daugherty only played 2 exhibition games. He's been out. He had tendonitis in his knee, and he is not right now in sync offensively.
Mark Price off the glass. Mark Price getting back in sync.
Well, you can see that he's not got the normal lift around the basket. He's missed a lot of easy shots, and his timing has been off.
Cartwright with the bump and the turnaround.
See, Bill Cartwright's having an excellent game. I mean, Bill Cartwright's the guy who's coming off knee surgery, and he's having a nice ball game, 11 points.
5-point Chicago lead. Price to the left hand. Oh, Mike Price has exploded in this quarter.
That's about 7 points for him in this quarter. He's got a 3 and 2 field goals.
He has 9 in the game, only 2 at halftime. Now Jordan, here's Wilkins trying to stop him. Jordan on the drive. Wilkins right in his face. Jordan gets the roll.
Well, Gerald Wilkins has done a lot of talking in the offseason about how he can do this and that to Michael. I'm sure Michael is telling him to bring it on.
This is just the beginning of a whole season of this. Wilkins takes it right back in his face. You know, one of the things, the great matchups for Jordan is he needs an adversary. He needs somebody who can play him to get him to his level of greatness. Well, he gets that from Wilkins. This time, Wilkins wins as Michael misses.
Price is starting to feel it.
Big block, so is Michael. My goodness. Michael blocked that right into the face of one of the expensive season ticket holders.
Now, Mark Price has BJ. He's trying to draw the foul. Look, he leans in. And Superman comes out of the booth and blocks it. Oh, mercy.
Bulls by 3, 4:30 to go, third quarter. 10 to shoot for the Cavs. The lob into Nance. Nance over Rodney McRae. It's a 1-point Bulls game. Nance has 20. Nice pass from Jordan inside to McRae. Baby hook won't go. Grant with the offensive board. Price with a loose ball. Has Wilkins on the wing, now on the baseline. Nance. Into Daugherty, nice pass.
Cavaliers have regained the lead. Good timeout here by Phil Jackson, though. Cleveland starting to get a little bit of momentum. Timeout, excellent play. Stop the game, talk to your team a little bit, take the crowd out of this ball game.
6 consecutive points from the Cavaliers, capped by this roll-around by Daugherty. Scottie Pippen being guarded by Daugherty out high on the floor.
Scottie's back now with 4 fouls. A little bit of a gamble here by Phil, bringing him back in. He picks up his 5th, could be a real factor.
Wilkins against Jordan on the drive. Wilkins follows, and the foul on Chicago.
See, that's what Gerald Wilkins brings this team that they lack. With Ron Harper, they had a guy they could throw ahead to and in the open court could create some easy shots. Michael Jordan is back. Gerald Wilkins is going to take it right to him. Michael tries to draw the foul, does not get it. Wilkins misses it, but look at the second effort, and there's the foul. That's a nice play, but that's some open court play they're hoping that Gerald Wilkins will give him with speed and quickness.
And to Nance, tough inbound. 3:21 to go, third quarter. Cavaliers by a point. Wilkins open. Wanted to drive.
Now
Jordan's right in his face.
This is where Price becomes.
Look at that.
This is where Price becomes important because he'll look to draw fouls now with a team in the penalty. Let's keep our eye on it.
Saved by Paxson, but it got in the hands of Daugherty. Oh,
so much for having a bad knee, Brad. Daugherty end to end on the dribble.
8-0 Cleveland run. They're up by 3. Wilkins on Jordan. The drive. Nance with the foul. Michael Jordan at the free throw line. By the way, I said listen to that play. That was the quietest coast-to-coast slam dunk.
They do not want Pax having to play against Mark Price.
Williams spots up. Defensive board Pippen. It's 4-on-3. Into Williams. Another block shot. Was that Williams?
That was Hot Rod Williams.
My, oh my. The block shots here. Cavaliers had 8 at the half. They've got double figures now. 12 block shots tonight.
Scottie Pippen does a nice job passing off to Scottie Williams. He thinks he's got the shot. You finger roll it. Against Cleveland, you cannot finger roll. You've got to take it strong to the rim, get some contact, try to draw the foul, maybe a 3-point play. But Scott Williams played well in the first half. Coming off the bench, he gave him 6 points and 5 rebounds in 10 minutes.
Looking at that Bulls break, I thought I was in Pamplona. It has 9, got 7 in this quarter.
I like what Dick Versace said at halftime. This is the first game of the season. These guys only have 81 more of these before they have to start the playoffs.
Before the intensity.
That's right, before they really crank it up and get excited.
Died at 72. Paxson on Terrell Brandon.
Well, you got Scottie Pippen against Nance. They can go into him and get his 5th foul. Right here could be a key play.
Into Nance with a jam. Pippen could not get in on him because of that foul situation. Wilkins overplayed Jordan, created the bad pass and the turnover. Hot Rod Williams inside, won't roll, offensive board. Held in by Gerald Wilkins. Cavs by 4. What a quarter this has been. This has been as exciting as the middle of the second quarter was dull. Pippen.
Well, Scottie got away with a little walk there.
Great play by Williams.
I think he called 3 seconds on Rodney McCray. See, he thought Scottie Pippen was going to take the shot. He got in rebound position. Scottie couldn't get it up. Hot Rod Williams had him smothered.
Jake had the call, but he couldn't remember what number Rodney McCray was since he's changed teams. Here's Nance.
He got the switch now, McCray, so Pippen is playing Hot Rod Williams.
Spin move inside by Doherty. Waves off the basket, but the foul is going to be on Scott Williams.
So he's exposed himself. He's put himself out there, and you can see he's not getting too far away from Michael, and he's going to make him work. Now, you know, you've got to be able to not only stand up to the physical torment Michael gives you, but also the mental torment, because he's going to bring it at you for 38 or 40 minutes.
Well, he sent some of those guys in the Tournament of the Americas and the Olympics into therapy after playing against him. Jordan, Wilkins, in the post, turnaround jumper goes down. How do you stop that? Nobody really stops it, but Wilkins defends it about as well as anybody else. Doherty posted against Williams, who's playing with 4 fouls. There's the double team. And Williams gets the block and the steal. It is a 3-point Cavs lead, 20 seconds in the quarter. Pippen feeds to McCray. Lenny Wilkins upset on the sideline. See him at the top of the screen. Cavs by 1.
Last shot opportunity. Let's see if Brandon can maybe play screen roll and get a shot off Doherty, or Doherty get it rolling out.
There's the mismatch. Brandon has to throw up a prayer. At the end of 3, the Cavs have the lead, 77-76. At halftime, the Bulls led 52-51. So that's a big advantage per quarter.
Well, the way they did it was they rebounded them even that half. That quarter. They were down 6 rebounds in the half that time. They played them even. As a result, they were able to outscore them. So that is still the big key, the rebounding. We'll have to watch what happens now in the 4th period.
Brandon, the dance against Williams. Williams playing with 4 fouls, but he had a block, a steal, and a steal last time. Here's the give and go, beautiful. And that block from Stacey King.
Well, I've never seen Stacey do that. That was a big block.
Nance is in shell shock. Scott Williams has this shot. Oh, not this time. Look at the rebound and the jam by Scottie Pippen.
Spalding, and the Bulls come down and get a nice pass from Paxson for the score.
Well, you get a nice player.
Wilkins can't get anything one-on-one. 5 to shoot. Terrell Brandon has it punched away by Paxson. Not much on the offensive end for the Cavaliers on that possession. Good play. 1 touch from Paxson back to Pippen.
I like Lenny Wilkins taking a timeout here. He's not happy. They've had 2 plays. They've not executed either one. They've had 2 turnovers.
They've got to get the rebounding from Ferry. Beautiful fake pass from Brandon and the drive, but he can't hold on to it. Pippen on the run out.
See what happens when your point guard drives to the basket.
Cavaliers led it by 1 going into this quarter. The Bulls have built a 5-point lead. 5 to shoot for Chicago. That's a 3 from Pippen. Oh my! That's a big, big bucket because this is the Bulls' biggest lead of the game by 8. 8:14 to go. Bulls by 8. And here come Grant and Jordan. Paxson will sit down. And let's see who else goes to the bench. It'll be Rodney McCray. Well, Bulls outscored Cavs 9-0. it should be said Pippen outscored Cavs 9-0.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how much Lenny Wilkens can buy time to before he has to come back with Larry Nance and Brad Daugherty. See Mark Price now being played by Michael Jordan.
And the bad pass cannot be run down in time for Danny Ferry. And right at the half-court line was Jake O'Donnell, who said that's over and back. It's a turnover. The ball belongs to the Bulls.
Look at the lineup now that Chicago has on the floor. They have Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen at guard, with McRae as a small forward, Horace Grant is your power forward, and Stacey King. So they've gone big, which is going to force Lenny Wilkens' hands. Mark Price has got to play Jordan. He's going to go right into the post, and now they're going to have to double team him.
There's another block. This time, Hot Rod Williams got it. Yeah, the Bulls are big, but they're also fast.
Well, see now,
Sanders into the paint. Too many Bulls there, but a foul on Chicago.
Stifle them. 0 for 7. Cleveland has not got a field goal in 4 minutes and 32 seconds in this quarter. You gear up your defense and you win with a 5-minute defensive sequence. That's how Chicago does it. They play you along. With Mark Price playing Michael Jordan.
Took 4.5 minutes for the Cavaliers to score, and it was often overlooked. Jordan with the turnaround. He's on fire. That one was over Mark Price.
And he's guarding him on this end, too, and Mark Price cannot penetrate and get past him, so Michael can play him on one end, and the other end, Mark Price cannot play Jordan.
Hot Rod Williams with the offensive board and the stick back. It's a 9. Yeah, it's going to be a difference. Cleveland has yet to commit a team foul in this quarter. Sanders, tough move on the baseline. Jordan, how did he get all the way over there? Ferry with the rebound, and we're going to get a foul against Horace Grant of Chicago.
That's why fouls in the fourth quarter are deadly. Now,
Danny Ferry. This is a real pressure year for Ferry.
As good as Danny Ferry can ever be, he will never be as good as what his contract is paying him. If he comes to that realization and just tries to play, maybe it will relieve some pressure.
Golden State and Utah, two of the contenders. Pippen. Well defense by Ferry, and he used the basket. Elo on the run out from Price. Fouled by Mark Price. What a play by the 6-foot-tall point guard. It's a 2-point game. Now Jordan open from 15.
Somebody's got to step out there. Scottie Pippen ran a little handoff and screened Elo.
Price pulls up, looked off balance on that shot.
I don't think he needed that shot at that point in time. I think he can get inside and get a foul.
Bulls by 4. People wanted to carry on Jordan.
Good luck. Better not leave B.J. Armstrong. He has not missed tonight.
They did, and he didn't. 4:43 to go. Nance is set to come back in here for Cleveland. Nice pass into Ferry, and Ferry is fouled.
Call for the offensive foul.
Yes.
Instead, he jumped in.
May have used his arm to hook off of Horace Grant.
Scottie Pippen's upset. He said something like, if he gets me up in the face again, I'm going to punch him. I read his lips there. See if Danny Ferry got Scottie Pippen with an elbow as he leaned in. We'll have to watch this on the replay. Watch where Pippen is. Let's watch. Well, the referee, he got him right with an elbow going in. There's another look, and Scottie with an elbow in the face right there.
Well, you stated earlier, if they didn't get on the offensive boards, they wouldn't win, and they have not. Mark Price with the stutter step, and Armstrong tied him up. He'll be called for the foul. This is what Mark Price likes to do late in a game, and that is penetrate and go to the line in the penalty.
But I really believe that some of the jump shots he's settled for, I think that he will get the calls if he tries to drive to the basket against BJ and make some of those things happen. Get to the foul line, you get a chance to rest. Excuse me, Mark Price is second all-time shooter, edged out Rick Barry. But you get a chance to get yourself together, get a chance to rest, set your defense.
8 to shoot. Elo on Jordan. The pull-up. Didn't get the roll. Rebound Nance. Cleveland can cut it to 2. Daugherty. Hard to the hoop. It is a 2-point game with 2:32 remaining. And remember, they've only got 81 games remaining.
Excellent. Absolutely. Cartwright's hit big shots.
Daugherty was late getting to him again.
Bill Cartwright will hit big shots against you. You know, you don't play him. Pretty soon he hits that baseline jump shot. Get it back to Mark Price. Let him penetrate.
Nance does it. Big hook on Nance. Daugherty goes down hard. He'll be all right, but he's late getting down court. But so is Cartwright. 4-on-4. Pippen. Price kept it alive. Big play by Price. Cavaliers have a chance to tie. Pippen just misses the steal. Bad pass. Pippen out in front. Price gets the ball.
They need to calm themselves down. They don't have to make this spectacular play. Still a minute and a half to go.
My nerves aren't ready for this on opening night.
Now again, Mark Price can take the ball on the dribble, maybe get the foul.
10 to shoot. Doherty gets it inside. He's fouled by Grant. Here the Cavaliers are. You said this, Doug, and we've looked at it statistically.
2 minutes of the game give you an automatic bonus situation. So they only have one foul to waste right now.
Minute 26 to go.
I think it was a good timeout there to ice him a little bit, make him shoot the free throw after cooling down a little bit.
And the Bulls lead it by 1 with a minute 20 remaining.
Look for Michael Jordan to try to get the ball in the lane. Post up, get to the foul line.
Cartwright against Doherty down on the block. There's that turnaround by Cartwright. Not this time. Jordan got in for the offensive board and the lay-in.
What have we talked about? What was going to be the key to the game? Offensive rebounding. Michael Jordan left alone. You know, offensively, he can do so many things with his versatility, but here's the last offensive rebound. Michael Jordan, the shot is missed, and there he is. Mark Price trying to get the foul, take it to the basket.
Hands it off to Williams. It's blocked by Horace Grant. New shot clock.
So he will not get the foul against Michael.
They got to get this shot up here. Doherty on the baseline. Big bucket.
Now there's no need to foul, Bob. They don't want to foul.
Everybody on their feet at Richfield.
Michael Jordan has broken their heart in here how many times? Will he do it again?
Elo fouls him. If he does it, it'll be from the free throw line this time.
That's a horrible foul.
He had the foul to give.
That's a horrible foul, though, Bob, because it resets the shot clock, and Chicago does not have to shoot the ball now. It's 24-3. Now they have to take a foul. That's a bad play. Horace Grant not, Cartwright not, Pippen fair. So right now they're going to make him foul Michael Jordan. He's going to have to get the foul. He might as well take it right now because the clock's going to wind down. You better take it.
They couldn't even get
to him. You better foul him.
Finally, with 12.3 remaining in the game.
That's why that other foul hurt so much, Bob.
3 out of 4 from the line. 4 out of 5. It's a 2-point game. Gets them both. 3-point game. 12.3 remaining. Well, this is the kind of way, the way it's going to be for Cleveland and Chicago all year. But I think this, Doug. Bulls have 23 points in this fourth quarter. Pippen got the first 9. Jordan got the last 8.
Now, one thing, Bob, you don't necessarily need a 3 here. They're going length of the floor with this to try to probably set up Price for a 3, but you don't necessarily need a 3.
And it's blocked. Was that Jordan who got a hand on it? Armstrong in Price's face. I think Jordan got a piece of that shot attempt from Mark Price, talking to Jim Capers about not getting a call.
You know, interesting choice there by Lenny Wilkins.
Horace Grant with 14 points and 15 rebounds in this game tonight. Jordan got a big offensive rebound as Corey Williams, the rookie from Oklahoma State, comes in for this final 3.7 seconds. He opens the season with a triple-double, does Scottie Pippen. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. And Nance misses, and this ballgame is going to be history. And the Chicago Bulls are on their way. They're 1-0 in the 1992-93 season, and the Cleveland Cavaliers have yet to figure a way to beat the Chicago Bulls.